Together tonight. Mary Burke, Cox 59 Racing, Sharon. What's up, Beach Man, Pops Tomato. Oops, Tattoo. I'm sorry. Wash Dove. What's going on, everybody? Karan, Ali, Zoe. What's up? So glad to see everybody. Muhammad, what's happening? What's going on? Good to see everybody. Kate Higgers, El Booty, what's up? So another fantastic day, and I'm glad that we get a chance to kick it tonight and keep our momentum going this week. We've been talking about taking action and moving forward and getting things done in life and achieving. Yesterday we talked about how not to settle, right? Like how do we get out of that place of settling and really placing a demand on our lives for more. And thanks so much, Muhammad. I'm trying to take care of myself. Actually, this week I've been making some modifications to my food, trying to cut back on it. And I decided, listen, I'm gonna drink a couple green smoothies, green smoothies in the day, and like cut back on some of the like empty carbs and junk, and get moving a little bit. The sun is out, so just try to get out and like take care and keep my mind clear too. Like keeping your heart and your mind clear, I think it is one of those ways that can really contribute to you being healthy. And so the last few days, the weather has been warm. I've been outside. And so tonight, like we were talking about last night, not settling. Like we're not going to settle anymore. And how do we get our lives out of this place of settling? Right? We talked about making a decision, shaking up our situation, and then applying ourselves. And I used the illustration of Italian dressing and how it all settles at the bottom. But if you ever really want to get the full benefit, you have to shake it up. First, you have to decide you don't want to just have, the top part of the dressing. No, you have to shake it up. You have to stir up everything that's in there. And so sometimes we have to look at our situations, realize we don't want that the way that it is, shake it up, and then apply it to something different. We have to do something different. And so tonight, just following up on that, I wanted to follow up on that and talk about how to enjoy life more right now, like not later. Like how can you enjoy life more? I was today had this cool experience happen today, and as my students they were showing up at the farm. One of the young ladies who's really new to the program, she's been in the program about 2 weeks now, and and her backstory is she's been dealing with some anxiety and some other type situations, stress and that type of thing. And so I'm running this program specifically dedicated towards building confidence. Right. And our objective, my objective with her has been just to put her in situations where she's going to gain confidence, where she can see, listen, there's no pressure on you to have to take this next step. But here's an opportunity if you want to take this next step. And the ball's in her court. She gets to control whether or not she's going to get on the horse, or if she's going to, walk with the horse, whatever she was going to do. She didn't really want to ride horses. She had some negative experiences before. And so I told her, I said, look, I'm not in that, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not trying to put pressure on you. Let's take it at your pace. Right. And so, sometimes she would tell me that she can't. She's like, I can't do this. I can't do that. She's not very tall. So getting up on the horse has been a struggle. But we worked our way up. I kept making modifications, making changes, adapting the situation for her, right? These last couple of weeks. And so today she shows up and she has on the shirt that says unstoppable. And she tells me when I see her, she says, Mr. Bryan. And I said, yes. And she said, today I looked in my drawer and I saw this shirt that said unstoppable. And she said, and I knew you would like this one. I knew you would approve of the message. So I decided to wear this today to school. And I thought, man, 2 weeks of being connected to this young person, encouraging her to take steps and to take action. And now in her mindset, she's thinking unstoppable. See, that right there, that was a little nugget on how to enjoy life more. She has made a shift in her mindset she's moving away from the I can'ts to being unstoppable. When she first showed up, she was nervous about getting on the horse. She had had some negative experiences. Today, she's up on the horse, laughing, moving around. Her mom is standing there watching her. And she didn't even have two reins. I didn't give her two reins. I just gave them one, which means they can only turn in one direction, which means this other hand is kind of loose. But she was up there. She's moving this horse. She's laughing. The horse is kind of just taking her all around wherever, but she was up there. She's having a good time. She's laughing. She's smiling. Her mom is watching her. Mindset shift. How did she make this mindset shift? Well, first she put herself in an environment that was different. Her mom supported her. Her mom said, oh, I want to get her into the program. Her mom made that shift. But then she started participating. She makes a mindset shift because she starts doing. She starts putting forth the action. And your life can be enjoyed so much more when you start making those kinds of shifts too. When you look at your life and you say, all right, I'm going to put myself in an environment that's going to challenge me to grow, put myself in that environment that I might enjoy, right? Sometimes we hold back from being in the environment because we think, we talk ourselves out of it and, maybe this isn't for me. Give yourself a shot. Give yourself a chance. Put yourself in an environment. The mom said, you know what? My daughter needs that. I want you for a second to think about, what do you really need, right? What do you need? Do you need some more confidence? Do you need some more self-esteem? What do you need for you? What do you need? Right? You start thinking about that. What do I need? What do I really need? Oh, I want to be more confident. I want to be more bold. I want to have higher self-esteem. I want to increase my personal value and self-worth. And so you start thinking, okay, what kind of environments can I put myself in? What kind of situations do I need to be in that I can start supporting my own desires and my own hopes and my own dreams so that part of me can start to grow? Who do I need to be around? See, her mom decided she needs to be in this environment. It's going to be a healthy environment for her. Why? Well, part of the reason is it's not just the environment is different, but the people. She's around some other young ladies that are her age, her peers. They're in the same kind of boat, same kind of situation. They're working together. They're doing tasks together. I'm there. I'm leading. I'm guiding. I'm giving. I'm challenging them. Right. So you don't avoid the people that challenge you. Don't avoid the people that are going to call you to that higher level. Those are the people sometimes you need to get around, right? Because they're going to ask you, hey, what are you doing? Are you challenging yourself? One of my friends sent me a message. She's in nursing school and she sent me a message and she says, listen, she said, hey, I really need you to pray for me because, I have this big exam coming up and I'm really worried about failing. I was like, okay. Like, she's like, they don't grade on the curve. There's none of that. This is it. This is like pass or fail. I'm just really scared about failing. And I said, okay. She's like, so can you encourage me? I was like, she was like, do you have anything that you could say, any of your advice, any wisdom? So I'm listening. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And I said, here's what you do. I said, let's look at your track record. First of all, you've been in school this whole year. I said, you've passed every single test. I said, you've done well. You studied, right? You've been present. You've been putting forth the effort. I said, so for one, you have a track record of success. And sometimes our track record's not all that good, but she has a track record of success. So I said, look at that. And she said, yeah. All right, thanks. And then she sends me another message. I'm just still kind of wavering between failing and like I'm really just trying to think about failing. And she had that like a sticker on her computer. It says, what if I fail? And then it says, but oh honey, what if you succeed? And I said, take that off your computer. I said, don't start off with what if I fail? I'm like, let's not even make that an if. I said, you've been showing up, you've been studying. I said, so this is what we're going to do. I need you to make a decision. I need you to decide if you're going to fail or if you're going to get 100. I always tell her, I'm like, listen, if you're going to nursing school, I want you to get 100. I want you to get 100. I want you to know that you know this information. And even if you miss some on your test, I said, you still need to get, I have this standard. I said, you still need to get 100 because that means you need to go back in, correct the answer, find the correct answer and have it right. So this is what I tell my children too. I'm like, no, every test you get 100. You might not get it when the teacher grades it. You might not get 100. But you are going to get 100 because you go back in and you find the answer. Don't just leave it as, oh, I got a 98. I missed one question. No, that means that was something you didn't know. Don't settle for that. Go back in, find out what you didn't know, correct the answer so that you know you got 100. So this is what I share with people. So I said, so here's what we're going to do. I said, you're either going to get 100 or you are going to absolutely fail. I said, because you wanted to go to nursing school, you want to be a nurse. And I said, you need this exam. I said, so you need to get 100 or you need to absolutely fail. Like, what kind of advice is that, right? I said, and this is how we're going to absolutely fail. I was like, so I don't want your mind in this place of torment where you're thinking about failure. I said, if you're thinking that you're going to fail, this is what I want you to do. I want you to say, screw it. I'm not even going to take the test. I'm going to go to the beach and enjoy myself. I'm not even going to take it. So that way, I said, that way you can get a 0. Just fail. If you're going to think about failing anyway, just fail miserably. But at least all of your energy and all of your focus is on the failure. So you're not caught between failing and passing. I was like, go all in and just fail. Now, obviously, she didn't want that answer. I said, okay, so since you don't want to absolutely fail, and since you're not going to just skip the test and go to the beach, focus 100% on passing. Put all your energy into that. Put all of your mindset, put all of your energy into passing and just pass. Get the 100. Go for it. She was like, yep, that's what I'm going to do. See, you can enjoy life so much more when you make a decision and go all in for it. When you're not sitting there like, oh, what if it doesn't go right? Oh, what if it does? What? No. Don't leave your life in limbo like that. Because we're not designed to try to focus on two opposite things. We're not designed to focus on failing and succeeding at the same time. Your body doesn't know, your mind doesn't know what's going on. What's up, Lacey? Your body doesn't know what's going on. If you're focusing on failing and you're trying to focus on passing and succeeding, that's a conflict. That, you know what that causes? That causes confusion because you are trying to fuse together two things that don't go. And confusion will rob you of life. So here's my encouragement to you. Make an absolute decision. Decide you are going to succeed. Decide you are going to prosper. Decide that you are going to give your best effort in something that you're doing. Decide, be 100% on healing and moving forward. Be 100%. Like, that's where I'm going. And so guess what? When you decide that you're going to focus 100% on healing and moving forward, here's what you do. Here's how it just tweaks. This is how we tweak it. We no longer say, I'm sick. Don't say that you're sick. If you're focusing on healing, say, I'm healing. If you're focusing on moving forward, don't say, I'm stuck. Say, I'm moving forward. I'm taking action. And it might sound like, oh, you're just talking. No, it's not just talking. You are now moving. Everything in you is aligning. Your thoughts, your words, your actions. They're aligning in one direction, right? So I'm healing. Every day, every day I'm healing. Every day I'm getting stronger. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil because you're with me. Like whatever, I'm healing. My soul is being restored. When I rest at night, I'm getting good rest and sound sleep so that my body can heal. And you know that the words that you speak, they're invisible, right? We don't see our words when we speak our words. They're invisible. They get to be spirit. That's your spirit, invisible. You don't see them. But they can be life-giving to you or they can be killing you. Do you know how many dreams have been killed by somebody's words? So let's not act like words don't matter. They do. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. Not true. Words do hurt, right? So we've all experienced words that hurt, but there are words that heal as well. You can speak. You start proclaiming things like so that everything in you aligns with where you're going. Before you go to bed at night, just right, just say start speaking. You know what? As I lay my head to sleep, I I lay my head to rest and my mind is going to be clear. I'm not tonight when I sleep, I'm not going to battle with my thoughts and tonight I need peace. And so tonight I will rest and I will have peace and as you begin just encouraging yourself, getting in this routine and this habit. Listen, you know me, I'm a fan of sticky notes. Take a couple sticky notes, post them somewhere, right? Post a sticky note in your bathroom. Post one at your refrigerator. Post one in your car or post one at your front door. And when you show up there, give yourself that encouragement. And you say, you know what? Here it is by your front door. As I go out today, I'm going to go out today and I'm going to be productive. Today, as I go out, it will be a productive day for me. When I return home, I will return home having accomplished something. Come on now. Like, how much does a pack of sticky notes cost? Not that much. If you don't have sticky notes, just get a piece of paper, a little tape, just put it up on the wall. Start learning the dialogue that you need to help you get to that next level. Because here's the thing. If you don't do it, more than likely, if you're not being intentional, more than likely you're going to sabotage yourself. Here's what I know for a fact. Having operated and run a training facility and fitness facility for a number of years, here's what I know. We can all accidentally get out of shape. Right? We it takes no effort. It takes no effort to get out of shape. Like no intentional effort. But the moment any of us decides, "Oh, I want to get healthy. Oh, I want to get in shape. Oh, I want to run a mile." That becomes intentional. That is an intentional process. I want to achieve this means I'm ready to do something intentional. See, when we don't pay attention, we can just consume calories, 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 and all of a sudden we're like, wait, when did I gain all this weight? Listen, I'm just telling on myself right now. I'm like, man, I put on more pounds than than I thought. Being careless, not paying attention, not being intentional. See, before, and I'm going to tell you, prior to my surgery in January, I was being really mindful because I knew I wasn't going to do certain things because I knew I wasn't going to be as active. I had the surgery, a couple months of recovery, and then I just was like, oh, I feel good. I'm eating good. But I forgot, hey, bro, you got to start working out too. And I wasn't. So I gained some weight. Now I got to work to get it off. But I was being I wasn't being intentional. And now I need to be intentional to get to a specific place. So when I went grocery shopping, I'm like, no, no, don't buy the soda. You don't need it. And so now when I look in the refrigerator, there's cranberry juice one container of cranberry juice, and bottles of water. Because now I know I'll drink water because the water is there. It's my option. I'm going to take it. It's an intentional move because I want to live a bigger, more fulfilled life. I want to live a healthier life. I want to enjoy life more. So I need to be intentional. You want to enjoy your relationship more? Decide what you are going to do so that you can enjoy your relationship more. What is going to add life to your relationship? Stick up some sticky notes all around. When you get to this place, oh, let me, all right, I got a sticky note by the door. So when I get to the door, I'm going to make sure, because listen, this might sound like a little much, but I'm gonna stick this sticky note by the door. So when I get to the door, I can make sure that I'm training myself to turn around and tell my spouse, I love them. I'm going to hug them. I'm going to kiss them. I'm going to tell them to have a good day. I'm going to pat them on the butt, whatever you need to do, put it there. Get it in your mind, get it in your routine. And then after a while, it will be so second nature to you. You won't need the sticky note, right? You put a little sticky note at your job or whatever, your business. You get there, send a little sticky note. Hey, I just want to let you know I got to work on time today. I was thinking about you. Can't wait to see you when I get home. Intentional effort. It's an intentional process to be mindful. I share this with some of the people that I'm working with, that I said, look, start off by putting one of the ladies in the group. She said she does this. She says she books herself onto her calendar because I challenged them to use certain amounts of times during the day to do certain tasks. And she said, I put myself on my calendar. And so I get an alert that I have a meeting with a person that happens to be myself. She's determined to live a bigger life. She's determined to enjoy life more. So she actually puts herself on her Google Calendar so that it pops up. She gets an alert, ding, just like all of her other appointments. And she says, this is my time. And then when somebody tries to call and get in on that time, she says, listen, I can't talk to you right now. I have an appointment. I have an appointment I need to keep. Who's the appointment with? Herself. Because now a person that didn't have herself her own schedule, who wasn't taking herself and giving herself a position of importance as it pertained to time, and sometimes you just get busy and you forget to take care of you, but meanwhile you've served everyone else. Oh no. See, being in a different environment, having our conversations as we're having them, I said, look, 10 minutes for this, 10 minutes for this, 10 minutes for this. Let's make sure it gets on your calendars. Let's make sure you take time for yourself so that you can enjoy life more. Right? Lacey says, I have a mama chore chart. I put myself on it after 40 years. It's strange. After 40 years, making a change. There were people in my favorite book that wandered through the wilderness for 40 years before they made it into the promised land. So guess what? Lacey, you stepping into this land. This is your promised land season. You stepping in after 40 years. And see, this is the mindset that we can have. You don't have to wait 40 years. And you can remind yourself there's nothing wrong with it. You're not being legalistic or, it's not taken away. Look, some people say, well, that I don't want to schedule, time for romance. That seems just like, like you don't care. No, quite the opposite. If I'm scheduling something, that means I care so much that I want it to be important. Now, perhaps it hasn't been my habits and my routine before, but it's so important to me that I'm saying from now on, I'm making it a matter of schedule. I was once in a relationship with a person, and I told you I went to massage therapy school, and I told this person, I will give you a massage each and every day if you would schedule time for me. Now, that seems like a pretty good deal, right? I was like, I would do it. You have to set aside time for it, but I would do it. It never happened. The scheduling never took place. I never made it onto the schedule. That time was never set aside. See, I know. I was like, no, this is something that I need in relationship. I need the quality time. I need the physical touch. I need this. This is important to me. There's some connection to it. Being close. I know me. I need this. I don't necessarily need words of affirmation. I enjoy them. I don't necessarily need gifts. I don't necessarily need acts of service, but I know I need quality time. I need physical touch. We need to bump into each other every now and then. I need some hugs. I need this, right? I grew up in my family, in my growing up, in my makeup. I'm like, no, we hugged one another. We had time together. We do things together. Like, no, I can get by with a lot of stuff, but nope, this is important. But I never made it on the schedule. See, it was that thing of, oh, that just seems so weird to have to schedule it. Well, if we schedule something, that means we're telling the rest of the opportunities in the world, you don't get this time. When you schedule something, see, this 9:00, this time is so important that it means nothing else is happening. I'm not in the barn. I'm not doing anything else. See, after this session tonight, I'm going to my mother's house and I'm going to help her. But I couldn't go at 9:00. This is the time that I've set aside. This is this time. And so everything at 9:00, if somebody wants to find me, he's going to be live. He's going to be live, going live at 9:00. Unless some things changes, this is, I've set aside time for this because I value this. I value our connection. I value the growth and I value the development. This is important. So, right? Like, no, I haven't read the 4 agreements. And so just think about, what do you want from life? What are you willing to commit to? What are you willing to put down so that you begin practicing it? Try it out. Try it out for a week. I call these love notes. These are my love notes. So I'll write myself a love note of encouragement. Just, you can write down, I'm proud of you. You can just put I'm proud of you next to your bed as you lay down at night before you go to sleep. You look at it and then you say it. Say your name. Brian, I'm proud of you. Good job today. Right? You wake up in the morning, another day, you're breathing, you're living. What I do when I wake up, I immediately, like, my eyes open, and the first thing that happens is me and God time. I mean, before I get out of the bed, right? Before I get out of the bed, I'm talking to God. I'm like, thank you for another opportunity to wake up. Thank you for this day. And then I'm doing my Bible devotions in the morning, right? Before I get out of the bed, I'm like, no, priority. See, that's for me. It might not be the same for you, but that's for me. For me, that's the priority. Before I go to the bathroom, anything, like before my feet hit the ground. No, we're having dialogue. Like, Lord, hey, it's you and I. Because, and I'll just tell you why. Part of the reason why, in the Bible it says, if in all of my ways I acknowledge the Lord, he'll direct my path. Okay, so I'm gonna set my day in a particular direction. I'm like, Lord, I want you, God, to just, Father, show me which way to go today. How can I make an impact? How can I serve? What do you want from me? What is meant from my life for this day? Okay, let's go get it. Let's go do it. Right. And so whatever you do, you can start putting your mind in this place of expanding your life so that you can enjoy your life. Will everything go right? Will everything be perfect? No. My days are not always like, oh man, there's just green pastures and no, 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 no. Some days some things go wrong. Some days I'm frustrated. Some days I'm there's just some days we don't all have good days. My grandfather right now, he's in the hospital. Like, is that where I want him to be? No, I'd rather him be at his house, getting ready to eat, 3 eggs in the morning, right? Like, I'd rather him be there. But he's not. So guess what? I have to set my mind and my words and my intentions so that what I say, what I think, what I do, it supports where I want to go. I would encourage you to do the same thing. Set your life in one direction. Decide that decide what you want. Like, don't just be passive about it. Don't just take what life gives you. No. You're far too powerful for that. You are powerful. So you're far too powerful just to accept whatever comes your way. No, don't do that. Thank you for those prayers, Savannah. So don't do that. Direct your day. Speak. Right? Speak, think, move. And then as you said it, you're like, oh man, my connection. See, I know I want to impact someone's life. So now I'm looking for ways. Today, the young girls, they're new, and normally they clean the stalls and they put the poop inside wheelbarrows, and then they, wheel the wheelbarrows back to Poop Mountain. Today, I let them drive the tractor. Big deal. It's a big deal for them because they're 10, 11, 12. They haven't driven anything. So they get to start it up, hear it crank up, and then they're driving it. I sent videos to their parents. Their parents are all excited. The girls are on there smiling, and they feel a little jolt when they start to drive. Why? Because I'm thinking, how can I make an impact? How can I serve someone's life? This is why I wake up thinking. This is what it's about. See, when you know what's in you and you start looking for it, you start thinking, how can I use this? You bake cookies. Who needs your cookies? You write poems. Who needs your poems? You run a daycare. Who needs who needs whatever you serve? Who needs your love? That's really what it comes down to. It's an expression of love. This is an expression of love. Running the horse programs and consulting and coaching, those are expressions of my love for people. That's just how I express my love. Oh, I'm going to help you build your dream. It's an expression of love. I'm going to help you up on this horse. It's an expression of love. Life becomes more enjoyable when you love. First, start loving yourself. Okay? Encourage yourself with words. And as you build up that love within you, pour a little bit of love in, pour a little bit of love out on somebody. Keep it going. Encourage yourself. Speak well to yourself. Speak healing to yourself. Speak these things, move into these things. And watch your life change. I'm telling you, your life will change. The way that you feel will change. Your health will change. Do you know a merry heart is like good medicine? You know what I say? I'm going to tell you what I say. I say, I don't have time to be sick. It doesn't fit into my schedule. Now, there are about 2 times a year that I feel run down. And I just passed through it about these last 2 weeks. I was passing through this time where I feel like a little run down. But there's 2 times in the year where my body starts to tell me, all right, You've pushed it long enough. You need to rest. And it's like on schedule because I know I'll go through it. I need to rest, recharge my battery a little bit. Then I'm going to go back to pushing, driving. Go, go, go. Right. And I know typically in the fall, because I'm going to run hard during the summer. And about the middle of the fall, I typically feel a little bit like time to recharge your battery. But I don't have, no, I'm not going to be sick. I don't have time to be sick. I need to serve people. I don't have time for it. This is what I say. And it served me well because I can't tell you the last time I was sick. Couldn't tell you the last time I had like a cold or something that knocked me out. There are other things that I do. I don't just say it. I mean, here's some little life hacks. Like when I take my normal shower, it'll be warm and everything like that. But I always end every shower that I take completely cold. Now, it is miserable at first when you do it. Now it's not, right? But when you first start, it's miserable. But what that does is it helps flush fresh blood through your system. So whenever you feel a little run down, finish with a cold shower. It'll do something for you. Right? Just that's a little thing. Drink plenty of water. Get some good sound rest. Little things. Little things. A couple times when I was playing ball, I used to get in the ice tub. You can even do it without getting fully in the ice tub. You can just, get yourself like a bucket of water, filled up with ice cold water, put your feet in it. That'll help you too. It'll revitalize your immune system. So that's totally off track, but on track at the same time. So all about enjoying life more. Love yourself, love others. You're going to enjoy life more. Let's shut it down for the night. I need to go to my mom's house and do some work. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you. I enjoy your presence and I appreciate your presence. So thank you for being here. Thank you for the virtual hugs, Mary. I appreciate you, everybody. So here's a little challenge over the next few days. Get yourself some sticky notes. Write yourself some intentional. Let me see how many we're gonna do. Let's do 7. 7 intentional messages. Place them in strategic places that you will see them and that you will speak them. Your bedroom, the front door. I know it might not be like all that aesthetically pleasing, but whatever. We're gonna do it for a week. Okay, it'll be all right. Your family will be all right looking at your note for 1 week. Be intentional for 1 week, 7 days, 7 messages. So think through them tonight. Get them up by tomorrow, and then start doing them. Start saying them. Start sharing them. Like share them with yourself. Let other people see them. Let other people know what you're doing. Encourage somebody else to do it too. Somebody, I'm sure somebody who, they speak to themselves negatively. So encourage them to do the same thing. Scatter them around in places you'll see them. Say them and encourage yourself. Because it will, it'll move you forward. Okay, hold on. Inspirations by G says, "Hey Brian, you can answer this on your next live, but how can you copyright a t-shirt slogan or I don't know what else. It ran out." All right, so we want to learn about copywriting. Okay, this is good stuff. That's a good question. There are ways, obviously to do it. There's a process that you can actually send it through. Inspirations by G. Yep, I'll definitely address that. And yeah, you can copyright all kinds of things. Poems and I mean everything. I have some poems that have been copywritten, and just whenever you're creating something, you want to own your intellectual property. So that's actually that'll tie in well next week with next week's topic of that we're going to talk about next week of being a revolutionary and how love is going to be the driving factor for you making impact. So I'll make sure that I address that as well as some other topics next week. But yeah, you can definitely do it. So be encouraged. Be encouraged. I'm going to just tell you, I want to share something with you. Totally just, it's just one of these things that when I share with you about moving forward, taking action, you never know what might happen. So today, someone sent me a text message and I'm using my phone. My friend says, "Hey, I was just listening to this podcast." She said, "I'm listening to a podcast and I just heard your voice on it." So I thought she was listening to my podcast. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." But then the next message was like, it wasn't my podcast. Someone else had my voice on their podcast. And it came from a Facebook group where I had done a live in this Facebook group and I was talking about chickens. And it was just a very small clip where I talked about I had bought 15 new chickie babies. And that was all really that I had said, but they had kind of spliced it all together. And she was like, "I heard your voice on this podcast." And she was like, "Hey, go listen. There's this podcast called Reply All." Right. And the podcast is called Reply All. And at the very beginning, she said, it was entitled, I don't know, Birds of a Feather or something, some kind of play on words. So if you want, go check it out. I am on there. It's at the very, very beginning. It's very small. But the fact that she heard my voice on this podcast, I thought was absolutely cool. And the fact that my voice is on it is really cool as well. She's like, "This podcast is huge." She said, "So lots of people have heard your voice, even if they don't know who you are." And I said, "Well, now when I go to the barn, I'll probably need a bodyguard or something." But my point in telling you that is that when you show up and you just do things, I never thought somebody would just, like sample my voice for a podcast. Point is, you never know the impact that your life might make by showing up in love. I would have never imagined that, but I thought it was really, really cool that someone thought that portion of my little talk, they would use it on their podcast. You never know. This is why I just encourage you, go for it. Do the things that you're dreaming about. You never know. Like, you never know. Like, just please go for it. Just try something, do the thing, make the recipe, because you never know. I was amazed. I told her, I said, "I think you're officially my best friend now, because I don't know if anyone else in the world would have picked out my voice and knew that was me from that small clip." But she did. And I thought that was really cool. So that's just another encouragement that happened today that I just wanted to share. Josh, what's happening, my friend? You ever try indoor rock climbing? I did. I've tried it once, and I thought it was super fun, and I would love to do it again. Definitely would love to do it again. It was a fantastic experience. I went with some friends and tried it out. Someone was having a birthday party, and they did it at an indoor rock climbing place, and yeah, it was pretty fun. So, like, I'm all for it. The word that I have been that is just bubbling up on the inside of me is adventure. That is my word for this season of life. Adventure. I'm I I'm like super close to the point of just saying yes to everything. But I'm not, right? But I just feel that, like, say yes to more things. This is what I feel on the inside. Say yes to more things. Like, have adventure. Say yes to more things. And I've always said that I'm gonna do one of those, like, I'm gonna be a yes man. do a 24-hour like yes man, where I just say yes to anything that comes in 24 hours. Any, hey, do you want to go do this? I'm just say yes. Right off of that movie, off the Jim Carrey movie. I just, one of these days I was like, I'm gonna set aside a day to just say yes to everything. That would be a real adventure. So yeah. But I feel adventure is the is the call for right now, right? Adventure, have an adventure, do some things, do some things, do some things. It's getting warm. Hey, sorry. And so just want to encourage you to do that. Uh, what's up, my friend? Down at the Sufa Ranch. This is, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the adventures I've been thinking about. Going down to Atlanta and riding a horse down to Atlanta because I want to go to a baseball game at the Atlanta Braves. And like, if I'm going to Atlanta, definitely going to the Sufa Ranch, right? Step out on Faith Ranch. So definitely want to do that. But say yes to more things. Say yes to more things. I really believe I'm going to make it to Atlanta. So thanks for the invite. Um, Definitely want to make that happen. All right, everybody, let's shut it down. Like I said, I need to go help my mother. So let's shut it down as we do. I'm going to pray, ask a blessing over your lives, and just speak a blessing over your life. So if you've been hanging with me, might as well just stay and receive a blessing as well. So Father, thank you for this day that you have made for us to rejoice and be glad in. Thank you for everyone that has been here tonight, for those that have contributed with their presence, with a comment, just with any part of their being here. I thank you for them. I thank you for what their life has meant to this moment, that they took out time to be here. And so for them investing in this moment with time, I pray that you would bless them tremendously. I pray that something that was said or done or some interaction that happened would be encouragement to them, that would multiply something in their life. I pray that their relationships would be healed and whole. I pray that their bodies would be healed and whole, and that their minds would be refreshed and renewed. I pray that their dreams would be sparked and come alive. I pray that these moments would be moments of good soil. I pray that this environment would be an environment of good soil. I pray that what is produced from these times, the fruit that is produced, would be good fruit. I pray that someone would be bold and daring and step into that dream that they've been thinking about and considering and pondering. I pray that they would become more bold and brave, and that they would step forward. And as they do, and as they align with your will and purpose for their life, I pray that they would be blessed. I pray that goodness and mercy would follow them and overtake them. I pray that the windows of heaven would be open, and that there would be blessings poured out upon them, so much so that there isn't even enough room for it. I pray that something unusual, some unusual blessing, some unusual transformations would happen in our lives, and we would know that these moments were moments that sparked them. And so I thank you. As we go our separate ways, I pray for protection for each and every one, for them, for their loved ones. And I pray that as they rest tonight, they would do so, having taken authority and exercising the power, that they will rest well, that they will be refreshed, that they will be renewed, and that these moments would be the spark of intentional moments that will forever change our lives. Thank you so much for the blessings that you have so often given us. Thank you for life. Thank you for health. Thank you for strength. Thank you for community and connection. I pray that this time would be a seed for even greater moments. And I thank you in advance and count it as done. In Jesus' name, amen. Yes. All right. Grammy Elizabeth, you said, wait, I need desperate prayer, please. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate you. I pray that Grammy, that your house right now would just have peace, There will be stillness in your house, that whatever havoc is going on, that there will be a calm brought into your house, that your situation would be at peace, Grammy. Let it be. Let it be so. In Jesus' name. All right, everybody. I appreciate you all. Please take the challenge. Get some sticky notes. Get some sticky notes. Write down 7 encouragements. Strategically place them. Front door, bedroom, bathroom. Write them down. Write down things that you want to remember to say to yourself. And don't just pass by it. Really take it in. Like, write them down. Boom. Say it as you go out. Speak life, speak truth, speak hope. All right? There's not too much to ask. 7 sticky notes, 7 messages. Encourage yourself into enjoying life, because there is more life to be enjoyed. So I encourage you to do so. Thank you for being here. It's been fantastic hanging out. Stay connected. Tag me in your post. If you take some pictures and you do a video or something with your sticky notes, tag me in it so I can see it. Thank you for that, Crown. I appreciate that. Tag me. I want to see it. Like, tag me. Like, let it be known. So I want to talk about it too. I want to say, oh, this is what's happening, right? Encouragement. All right. All right, everyone. Have a fantastic evening. I'm B.A. Shepherd, 2 P's, A-R-D, reminding you to be a shepherd. The world has enough sheep. I love you much. Good night. See you.